back again.
6 times 40 was 24.
Good job.
6 times 3 is 18. 6 times 1 is 6.
I was looking at some things that I miss from having a conventional classroom. Being at the board all the time and teaching can get tiring, but I miss that constant interaction with the students and also seeing the students' progress more on a daily basis, firsthand. I get to see so much more, I feel like, if I interact with them every day at the board and class time and things like that. But I do appreciate what I see in my students, the way they take responsibility for their own work and go ahead. It's a challenge for me to learn to know how to bless their efforts instead of discouraging them.
One of the things I do like to do it with them one-on-one too. And that is just see how many cards they can get in 1 minute. Like I have stacks of cards, like here's the multiplication, these are addition and subtraction. And so I know how many's in a stack, and so we just repeat the stack and see how many you can get. If they can get in the 40s in 1 minute, that's good. In the 50s is very good. If they can get up to 60 in a minute, that's excellent. Doing the one-on-one, that then removes, they're just trying to beat the timer. And so they're not competing against other children, and sometimes they do better. I came to realize some of them were not getting their math facts. And so I started doing the one-on-one, see how many they could get in a minute. And they sped up just like that. I mean, the difference was pretty amazing. And so I feel like these core years, when they're learning their math facts, they need to be drilled over and over. And I try to do it. I don't always have time, especially on days when I'm on by myself like I am today. But anytime they've got free time, I just call them up here and we'll go through the flashcards. It's random, totally random. But I think it's core that flashcards, you just have to do them every day in order for them to get their facts.
Sometimes I have other plans for them, like they're not used to doing as much oral reading and flashcards and things like that. So I've learned if I can tell them, give them a heads up that they can have it into their schedule, they're okay with it better than if I just all of a sudden announce we're going to have oral reading right now. And they just feel like, I don't have time, because they feel so pressed because they are responsible for all their work and getting it done, and they see what they need to get done.
And how does that work when they're not at the same place?
Most of my students were at the same place. If they're not, I'm used to having several grades, and we did a lot of things together, either as a review or a prep for when they get to it. So that's what I do here as well. Like if they're a few lessons apart, I figure the reason we're doing oral reading is for comprehension and learning to read more smoothly. So they'll benefit from it, whether they've read the story before or not. Or whether, like if we do the 9 times today versus the 8 times flashcards, they need the practice anyway.
Number one, the teacher's enthusiasm bleeds into the children. And so, first of all, you have to get them excited about it. And then, I don't know, I just kind of like to have fun with it. And I've never really had too much trouble, I guess, of them getting mad, I guess. And this year, yeah, they get into it, and I just have to laugh because someone put their entire body into it sometimes. And then there's some that are so fast that by the time one sucks in their breath to say it, the other one has already spit it out. Is that you? Did you say it first? Not sure, do that one. That's beating the time or beating your friend, one or the other. That's all it takes. And you know, for little people, the rewards they get for whatever can be so small for them to be happy with. All right, how many got them all done all correct? Okay. that.